Welcome to Endless Love Stories. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell for more heart-touching tales of love and life. This is a true story that happened to me just 6 months ago, and I'm sharing it because I hope it might save someone else from making the same mistake I almost did. Her name was Sarah, and she worked at the downtown coffee shop where I grabbed my morning latte every day. She had this way of remembering everyone's order, always smiling even during the morning rush. I was just another customer until one rainy Tuesday when I forgot my wallet and she quietly paid for my coffee herself. "Pay it forward someday," she said with that genuine smile that made my entire week brighter. I started coming in earlier, staying longer, finding excuses to talk to her. Sarah was studying nursing at night while working 2 jobs to support her younger brother's college tuition. She never complained, never asked for sympathy, just worked with this quiet determination that I found absolutely magnetic. 3 weeks later, I finally asked her out. Our first date was a simple walk in Central Park, talking for hours about everything and nothing. She was intelligent, funny, and had this incredible way of seeing the good in everyone. I was falling hard and fast, but then I made the mistake of introducing her to my friends. Marcus, my college roommate, pulled me aside after our double date. "Dude, she's sweet and all, but she's basically a purse with emotions. Look at her clothes, her job, her background. You're a software engineer at Google. You need someone who matches your level." My other friends echoed similar sentiments. "She's using you for your money," they said. "She probably saw your expensive watch and car and figured you were her ticket out." At first, I defended Sarah fiercely, but their words planted seeds of doubt that grew larger with each passing day. When Sarah mentioned struggling with her brother's tuition, I wondered if she was hinting for help. When she admired my apartment, I questioned her motives. When she suggested cheaper date options, I interpreted it as her being cheap rather than considerate. The worst part was that Sarah never asked me for anything. Not once. She always insisted on splitting bills, brought homemade lunches instead of buying expensive meals, and gave me thoughtful, handmade gifts rather than expensive ones. But my friends' voices grew louder in my head. "She's just playing the long game," Marcus would say. "Trust me, I've seen this before." The breaking point came when Sarah's brother got into a car accident and needed emergency surgery. She was devastated, crying about the medical bills she couldn't afford. In that moment, instead of comforting the woman I claimed to love, I saw dollar signs and manipulation. "I can't do this anymore," I told her that night. "I think we want different things." Sarah looked at me with those honest brown eyes, confused and hurt. "What do you mean? I thought we were happy." "I just think we're from different worlds," I said, using the coward's way out. She nodded slowly, tears streaming down her face. "I understand. Thank you for being honest." Even in her heartbreak, she was gracious. That should have been my first clue about who I was really losing. 2 months later, I ran into Sarah's coworker at a grocery store. She told me something that shattered my world. Sarah had been accepted into Harvard's accelerated nursing program with a full scholarship, but she'd turned it down because she couldn't afford to stop working while her brother recovered. "She never told you?" the coworker asked. She was so proud, but didn't want to seem like she was bragging. "She said you probably wouldn't understand since you already had your dream job." I felt sick. Here I was, thinking she was beneath me, when she was actually sacrificing her own dreams for her family. She had turned down Harvard, and never mentioned it because she was humble, not because she was using me. I started asking around and learned more. Sarah had graduated, valedictorian from high school, earned a full academic scholarship to her current college, and was known throughout her neighborhood for volunteering at the local food bank every weekend. She tutored kids for free and had once given her own winter coat to a homeless woman she met on the street. The purse with emotions that my friends had mocked was actually one of the most accomplished, selfless people I'd ever met. And I had thrown her away because I listened to shallow, materialistic advice from people who measured worth by bank account balances. I tried to reach out to her, but Sarah had blocked my number. I went to the coffee shop, but she'd transferred to a different location. Through mutual acquaintances, I learned she decided to take the Harvard program after all. Her brother had insisted she go, promising to manage on his own. The last I heard, Sarah was thriving in Boston, top of her class, and dating a fellow medical student who appreciated her intelligence and kindness. Meanwhile, I was alone, finally understanding what I'd lost. My friends still don't get it. Marcus actually said, "You dodged a bullet, man." She would have been expensive to maintain. But I know the truth now. Sarah was never the problem. My shallow perspective and the toxic influence of people who confused net worth with human worth. That was the real problem. I learned that true love isn't about finding someone who matches your tax bracket or impresses your friends. It's about finding someone whose character, dreams, and heart align with yours. Sarah had all of that and more, but I was too blind to see it. The lesson I want to share is this. Don't let other people's shallow judgments poison your view of someone who genuinely cares about you. Character trumps cash every single time. Kindness is more valuable than designer clothes. And someone who loves you for who you are, not what you have, is worth more than all the approval from superficial friends. I let go of the best thing that ever happened to me because I was afraid of what other people would think. Don't make my mistake. If you find someone who makes you better, who loves genuinely, and who stands by their values even when it's hard, hold on to them tight. The opinions of people who judge based on surface-level things don't matter. Sarah, if you're somehow listening to this, I want you to know that losing you taught me what real love actually looks like. I'm sorry I wasn't mature enough to see your worth when I had the chance. You deserved so much better than how I treated you, and I hope you found the happiness you've always deserved. That's our story today. Remember, true love sees beyond the surface and values the heart above all else. If this story touched you, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and don't forget to subscribe to Endless Love Stories for more real tales of love, loss, and the lessons they teach us. Until next time, choose love over judgment and character over cash.